Hello, and here we go. Thursday, April 4th. Not March, it's April. Cheers. Not much to share today, really new, except to say again, and I hope people respond. Tomorrow is Bandcamp Friday, when artists are honored and we get to make a little money. I'd appreciate your support. Thank you, John. John has already purchased one of the final digital sex CDs. So even though I have a copy, I'm now on the fence whether or not I want to sell this last sealed copy of my Dereck 2 CD. Let me know if you're interested. I forgot to mention yesterday, and some of you will remember, I was trying to have these available through my Bandcamp, and then it caused some fuss with the ex-lead singer of the band. So now you have to ask me, let me know, or actually you can just PayPal, send to me via PayPal $15 for a copy of the digital sex CD. This is available. And then, of course, I've been talking. Oh, my goodness. Let me just go ahead and let you know, this is all I have left of the Brian Day Woven Territories. I was looking at it, it's like, is that all I have left? That's a good thing, and at the same time, it's like, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 9 copies left of this. Woven Territories. Only 9 left. Grab one for your collection. I have plenty of the Muse and Interlude for sale. These are on my Bandcamp site. Highly recommend these. And as I'm looking in the box, I have a couple of... I hardly talk about these anymore. This is a record I made with a basketball player singer named Ariane Bird Williams. The Door. We called the project The Door, Virgo. I have 1 copy left to show you my diversity. Here's one. And then I've just got a couple copies. I have 1 copy left of Life After X sealed. These are almost like they are like my personal copies, but these are still sealed. So if you express interest, I will sell them to you. Here's a project that I lost contact with this guy, Brett Harold Hart. And I don't know why, but we did several collaborations working with sound sculpture, and he called them ear sculpture. These came out on his label, so they're not on my Bandcamp site. I have 2 of ear sculpture number 1 left. That's one of my collages he used for the cover, as well as this one, ear sculpture 2. That's another of my collages, Dereck Higgins and Brett Harold Hart. So if you have any interest in those, I'm letting you know about them, okay? Same deal, $10. And that's it. That's it. RAF. I've got RAF on vinyl and CD. It's a separate Bandcamp site, so I'll leave the link. Please, folks, I'd appreciate it. I really would. Otherwise, doing okay in the comments, which I have started to do fairly regularly. Nothing earth-shattering. But yeah, cool guy commented on the Patti Smith, and sure enough, it's like you get that knee-jerk reaction. People see the word, they don't even think, they just have a reaction. That's why I've been saying lately people are so stupid, and I'm not pulling back on it. It's really sad how stupid we've become, really, for the purpose of keeping the rich rich. That's really what it's about. Someone shares that they really never got into the Beatles. I don't know why you're telling me. What I have to tell you is, if you were there in 63 and 64 when it happened, you know what I'm talking about. It was cosmic. And that's what it's about. The Beatles are just another band, but the event, the way it went down in the world, in history, there's never been anything else like it. I experienced that. So in that sense, it makes that music very, very special. Very special. Excuse me. There we go, yeah. Shaved this morning. A little patch of white there. Yeah. Don't play the Beatles much, but like I just said, it changed my life. So it's very important. Very important. Yes, John Walker, thanks for speaking up about the hypocritical and evangelicals. I'll share this. And I really, if you're offended by my words, you really probably need to be. You need to probably work on your distorted thinking. This morning before I got up, I switched on the AM as opposed to FM to kind of just check it and see how things were sounding, because that's where you hear all the evangelical shit and the super racist conservative talk shows is on AM radio here in the Midwest. And I stopped to listen to one evangelical service to see how it was going. I listened for almost 3 minutes and nothing that they said made any sense. There was no logic at all. It's just so bizarre. It is manipulation and mind control. The thing that I understand through studying psychology is that the brain is plastic and very manipulative. We only need to hear a piece of information twice to start to process it as though it's a fact. That's why I won't be quiet about the cult of Trump. That's why it's so dangerous, is because he has been normalized. People think it's normal what we're dealing with, where if you could just take a day from today and jump back and, like, for example, put it in a day of 1964 and look at the contrast of what was considered okay and normal. In 1964, they were setting us up for a Trump. It's dangerous for everyone, and that's why I speak it up. It's not a personal. People try to gaslight me, like, and they're doing this on the. I do bother to look at comments, especially on the news channels, when there's stories about what's the latest with the trials and upcoming court. And many of the comments are absolutely nonsensical, childish, and lead me to suspect that they are paid. These people are paid to do this, that they are foreign agents behind this, very much wanting to see our country destroyed. And then there are people who are that stupid, that hateful, that blind, and that cultish, that they leave these nonsensical comments on news reports regarding Trump. So that's why I say these things, is because I'm aware, and the average person who doesn't know this information needs to know it, because it's a cult that we're dealing with, and it's sad and it's dangerous. And I won't be quiet about it. It sucks. You were still with me? You want to hear about a couple of records? Because I only played a few yesterday. So the big news in music is that the Beat era King Crimson is going to be presented live by Steve Vai, Ballou, Levin, and Danny Carey. That's good news. I won't travel to see them. They're only coming to Minneapolis. That's the closest they're coming. Not going there. Just like Steve Hackett just played in Kansas City. No, for me, I used to go to Kansas City all the time. It's not that far, but it's too far. Okay, where I'm at in my life, I don't want to be in the car for 3. And it's the traffic. It's not the driving itself, because I don't even want to deal with the traffic. So I pulled this as a reminder, because this is the whole deal. They're going to do these 3 albums. King Crimson, Discipline. When this came out, I didn't like it. I still don't really like it, okay? Can I be honest? I hear what they're doing. I appreciate the artistry, like Elephant Talk and that stuff. Elephant Talk is best live. I've seen them do it live twice. And it's thrilling. Yeah, I've seen it twice. Once with the Tony Levin Band. It's fantastic. But most of the songs on this album I do not care for. And the other 2, even less. But they're part of my collection. But the other thing I'll share is that the second version of Digital Sex, after our first guitarist, John Tingle, quit, we had this fellow named John Miller, who is a Grammy-winning composer, was our guitarist. And we covered Heartbeat by King Crimson. Now, I enjoyed playing it, and I have the song. It's a good song. But compared to the other King Crimson, this I don't like. No, I don't. Excuse me. I was musing on my comment about the Rolling Stones and the Pretty Things, and I said, I recently got this reissue of SF Sorrow. I've had this for years on a twofer on Harvest. But when I saw this at Grapefruit in the used reissue with the shaped cover, I said, they got to have it. And if I were to base my comment on one record alone, this would do it. But it's not just this. Parachute is fantastic. A lot of their singles, I like them better. I should probably say that rather than saying they're a better band. I said that because of the actual connection to the Stones. Dick Taylor, is that his name? Was actually a member of the Rolling Stones for a time. This is killer. And unless I'm mistaken, this was an inspiration for Pete Townshend to write Tommy. Now, I still have some Rolling Stones records. I have some Who singles. I've had Who albums. I don't have any now. They don't stick. They don't stick. I love them and respect them, and yes, I've seen the Who live, so no disrespect. I'm just telling you what I think. It's fun to do it. I also played this all the way through yesterday. I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know. Just a lot of times it really doesn't matter for me. Akiko Yano, Tokimeki. This is an album that she made in New York in her early part of her career with American musicians. Roger Powell is all over this on synthesizer. I really enjoyed that part of it because, she was married to Sakamoto, and she herself is a keyboardist. So the use of piano and synthesizer plays prominently in the way she does her music. And you can hear that it's Roger Powell as opposed to, you can hear his style, which I love. And this is a very comforting record, even without knowing what she's singing about. Might even be better that I don't. The sound of her voice, the shape of the compositions, the warmth of the playing of the ensemble that did this album. It's wonderful. Tokimeki by Akiko Yano. Fantastic. It's like, why talk about Fleetwood Mac when everyone talks about Fleetwood Mac? Who else is talking about Akiko Yano? You need to know about Akiko Yano. Do I love Fleetwood Mac? Of course I do. Okay. Hold this for another play. I got this recently on vinyl. Henry Cow, Stockholm and Gothenburg, live recordings from radio broadcasts. Fantastic. Now, Dagmar Krause's voice on this, it's heavy, it's intense. She has the kind of voice that you can actually love or hate, partially because her vibrato is so, it's pronounced, it's almost exaggerated. But the way that she uses it for the most part really works. I did find myself in a couple parts thinking, oh, this is a bit much, but overall, this is just incredible music. And the way that the melodic lines that she sings are matched in the music with all this other stuff going on is pure brilliance. Henry Cow, this is the kind of music that makes you smarter. It sure does. It sure does. And that's really all I have to show that actually is new on my playlist that I played yesterday. I really hope folks don't mind me reminding you, but I really would like to ask for your financial support tomorrow on Bandcamp Friday. I'll be reminding you again tomorrow, but I know the time difference, part of the world is up to 6 hours ahead of here. So some folks will be watching this and it's Friday already when they see this, and it's still still Thursday for me. So please, Bandcamp Friday, grab something. I'd really appreciate it. Hope everyone is well. Stay in touch.